Yesterday we did a lot of pressure canning, and we did carrots. We did carrots and potatoes, and later we did chicken and fish. And this is my fish. See? Isn't that neat looking? It was raw packed. So it's got all the juices. And yes, sure enough, when we took it out of the pressure canner, it smelled a bit fishy in the house. But at least we have some fish to put away. So that's a good thing. I went to pressure can potatoes and put it on to blanch, and absolutely spaced the fact that I was supposed to only cook it for 10 minutes. So I'm thinking, oh my gosh, I ruined them. I can't can them. What am I going to do? Well, Rob said, let me mash them. So we had mashed potatoes last night for dinner, and we had so many, at least this many that I did last night, that we had leftovers that I was able to put into the dehydrator today. After my mashed potato fiasco, I am going to be pressure canning potatoes again today. Luckily, I had a ton of potatoes, and I still have more if I want raw potatoes for cooking. Again, this bowl I've had for at least 20 years. I use it all the time. I don't even know where my daughter got it from, but she's the one who gave it to me. And I'm going to start cutting potatoes. I guess they need to be about 2 inches in thickness. So I'll be cutting them in half and half, and at least half again, maybe more. And I'm going to be filling up jars. Here's my awesome pan that I use for everything when I'm canning. And here are the potatoes. And after you cut them and they're in the water, then you need to blanch them or boil them for about 10 minutes. So that's what I'm doing now, getting my jars ready. I don't have to sterilize the jars because I am pressure canning. So that's a nice side benefit of pressure canning. This is the part I messed up on yesterday, so you can bet I will be setting my timer for 10 minutes. I timed them on the timer, and they're ready to go into the jars. And they're still firm, not mushy. And as you can tell, I'm using a I'm using a slotted spoon to get the water off, so I can get them into the jars without this water. This water is filled with starch and will discolor the water. So you won't see the potatoes. It'll be so cloudy. I'll add water with this fresh water with that pitcher, and it'll be cold water. I don't want the potatoes to continue cooking, and this way I can put all of my cool jars with cool water in the pressure canner. I've got the jars filled, and now I'm going to fill it with water from my faucet. My well water works great. And I just bring it up to here. Oops. To this line here. See? That's good enough. I almost forgot to do this. I was so busy talking on the video. So, just going to fill that up. We have 7 jars of potatoes. And I'm going to use the cloth to wash around the rim. But I really need my 2 hands to do that properly, because I don't want to leave any potato or residue on my jars. So far, I've had pretty good luck with my sealing, and only broke 1 jar in the last 4 or 5 loads of using the pressure canner. Hey, I guess I can do this one-handed. Ha-ha. I'm going to process these for 30 minutes, 25 minutes, and I'm going to load that up and all these potatoes. And potatoes may seem like kind of a boring, why would you want to can potatoes thing? But for me, it's one of the things I consider fast food. I can turn these into mashed potatoes. I can put them in stews. I can make clam chowder with them. I can do any number of different things in a whole lot less time. I just put this in at the end, slice them up if I want them, or chunk them up or chop them up if I want them for something like clam chowder, and throw them in at the very end, and it's dinner served, basically. So that's why I'm doing doing potatoes, and I had a whole bunch of pounds of potatoes that were given to me. So that was really nice. So, yeah. So that's what I'm doing now. I'm going to put the lids on. I'll get them loaded into my pressure canner. I've got 16 jars, so it will completely fill my pressure canner. All ready to go into the pressure canner. I have both carrots and potatoes, and I will be cooking these for 25 minutes. Depending on how large your chunks are, will depend on whether you go 25 or 30 minutes. Ours will go for 25.